Hey guys, today I'm going to touch base on the 5 main mistakes people usually make when purchasing security cameras. Mistake number 1, Wi-Fi or wireless security camera. Now, just in summary, between wireless and Wi-Fi and wired security cameras, a wired security camera is always a lot more reliable and they maintain a longer lifetime. Wi-Fi and wireless security cameras are usually purchased in terms of convenience. A wireless security camera, there's a few types of them. First type is a powered wireless security camera. It actually needs to be plugged into a power point. Now, it sort of defeats the purpose of having a wireless security camera because it still needs power, and power is run by a cable. So instead of running a power point out for that wireless security camera to be powered up with, might as well just do it properly and run a data cable and get the whole camera system installed properly. Another type of wireless security camera is a battery operated security camera, and these ones are pretty dangerous because they just get screwed in. They have a few weeks or about a month or two lifetime before you have to replace the battery, but they're dangerous because anyone can literally come up, grab it, run off with it, and that's it. There's no real main safety element to it, and it of course defeats the purpose of acting as a security device. Solar security cameras are starting to become a lot more popular now. I understand in certain situations in rural properties where it's more cost efficient in terms of instead of running cabling there, just to have a solar powered security camera. But you got to take into consideration these are powered up from the sun's energy, so when it's cloudy or when the sun's down, you're not going to have an effectively running system. All in all, wired security cameras are the way to go. Mistake number 2 out of the 5 main mistakes people usually make when purchasing security cameras. Purchasing an outdated security cameras. Although they might be cheap from the market or online, don't fall into that trap because you want a security camera to make sure it has a long lifetime and it's doing its job properly. An outdated security camera is something that runs off an analog type of system. Now, an analog type of system is the old way of operating a security system or cameras, having them energized and downloading the footage through the old type of cabling. It would usually be operating off a coax cable, which is what our antenna looking cables are, the black RG6 cables. That's where the video footage is actually transferred through, and a figure 8 cable, which looks like a speaker cable. That's where the unit, the security camera, is actually powered up from. Now, these cables don't have to be run out for our security cameras nowadays. Our security cameras right now are actually IP security cameras. Now, a sneaky thing some companies out there do when they're advertising their boxes of the IP cameras, they're not actually IP cameras. They'll actually write on the box that they are IP cameras, but it will be an analog setup. The way they go about doing this is because it's actually an IP rated camera, which means it's rated in terms of weatherproofing. Just a small pointer of what an IP camera should look like. It would have a small data point or an Ethernet point taken to the camera. So all it means is one cable needs to be run out per camera, and it's actually a Cat5 or a Cat6 data cable, which is exactly what an Ethernet cable is that plugs into your router. It brings a whole lot of reliability to the overall camera system. So when choosing your camera system for your home, you want to make sure you're choosing the right one. You want to go for an IP camera system. Guys, mistake number 3 of the 5 main mistakes people usually make when purchasing a security camera. Make sure it's vandal proof. 2 good scenarios come to mind around this topic. I remember a post a few months ago on our local community pages on Facebook where a person threw up a video recording of an intruder coming to their property, and that intruder actually grabbed the camera that was installed on a low mounted eave. He was able to grab it, he ripped it off, he threw it on the ground and he stomped on it. He crushed the camera into pieces, and it's obviously built up a lot of fear around the community when that post was thrown onto the community page. Obviously, that's not a vandal-proof security camera. Another good example that comes to mind is I remember seeing another post on another Facebook community page. This particular person showed the recording of when an intruder came into their property. He saw the camera that was installed, started attacking it with a baseball bat, and was under the impression that it actually damaged the camera from the inside so it wouldn't record what he was doing. He then followed through to break into the house and attack the person's property. Now, the whole time the intruder was under the impression that this camera was damaged and was not recording because he started belting it with the baseball bat. The whole time it was recording everything, and it was able to capture who that person was, and the police were able to identify him after. This obviously is the difference between a vandal-proof and a non-vandal-proof security camera. Now, a vandal-proof security camera is engineered with a hard metal casing around the optical and mechanical lens on the inside. So it just means it gives you peace of mind when having a security system installed, and it provides a longer lifetime guarantee of the protection of your home and your family's safety. Mistake number 4 of the 5 main mistakes people usually make when purchasing security cameras. Now, a lot of people out there assume that all security cameras do the same thing. Now, of course, their primal role is to record footage when an incident occurs or just keep a protective eye over a person's property or a certain area. Now, in today's day and age, there's obviously heightened levels of technology out there. Few cool functionalities that security cameras nowadays can do, certain brands, is tripwire zones, exclusion zones, facial recognition, and facial detection. Tripwires are actually pretty cool. They're usually used when a family goes away on holidays or a house is unattended, and the person can actually set up a virtual line drawn on the system, and if that line, that virtual line, gets triggered by an intruder, a push notification straight away will be sent to the user's phone, or an email can be set up to be sent straight away. An exclusion zone works very much the same way. Let's say you have your car parked in your front driveway, you can draw a virtual box around your car, and if anyone was to trigger or break that virtual box, it will send a push notification or alert the customer's phone straight away. Now, facial detection and facial recognition are two separate things. Facial recognition is more used for commercial use, not really used in residential properties, and not every camera system out there is compatible with it. Facial detection, though, only picks up a person's face and can see in the system when a face is actually being picked up. The difference between that and facial recognition is facial recognition can actually do something about it. If someone was escorted off a commercial property or out of the office, or someone was caught shoplifting, it can alert the user's phone if that particular face shows up and gets recognized by the system. A lot of the camera systems have different types of functionalities out there that you can leverage off, but just keep in mind, don't assume that every camera system is the same. Guys, coming to mistake number 5 of the 5 main mistakes that people usually make when purchasing security cameras. So throughout these videos, I hope you've grabbed a lot of value in knowing what to do and what not to do when purchasing a security camera system. Mistake number 5 people usually make is not doing their own research. And as obvious as it sounds, a way people decide to do their research is just by asking their friends or their colleagues whatever camera systems they had installed for their house. Now, it could be convenient for the person, but everyone's situation is different. Now, what might be good for a person might not tick other boxes for someone else, and what might last for a particular person may not last for someone else, depending on the situations, the environment, and just the technology for that brand. Of course, doing your own research doesn't mean clicking on the websites of particular brands and seeing how much they talk up their own product. That's a given. Go onto forums, go onto community pages, go onto Google and just research what that product is about and what are the pros and cons of purchasing that system. Now, 3 things to look out for: warranty periods. Usually camera systems will have about a year or a 2-year warranty. A good reliable camera system will have a 3 or 4 year plus warranty. Of course, warranty is a big thing because you want to make sure that this system that you're purchasing and you're investing your home security in is going to last you and it's not going to give you issues. A good pointer to bring up with the security installer is what his warranty is. If he's installing these systems for your house, is he going to back that warranty with the products that he's using? Does he have the faith and does he trust the products he's using? Another good pointer to pick out when researching are the reviews, of course. Like I mentioned before, pros and cons of each product and what their specs are like, compare them to each other. Another third point people should take into consideration when doing their research is how user-friendly it is. Whether you're a tech nerd or you're a geek or you're a middle-aged mum watching Housewives of Beverly Hills, you want to make sure that the system you're operating works on your phone and it works easy on your phone. You want to be able to navigate through it efficiently without it being a challenge. So recap: warranty periods, reviews, and how user-friendly it is. Thank you guys. Hopefully you found value in our videos. If you do have any questions regarding any security camera installations or just questions around existing security cameras you might have installed, make sure to reach us out on our website, on our Facebook, on our Instagram. Thank you.